Alright, so I'm going to make roux. Brown roux, in fact, for the beef espagnole sauce. Or the veal espagnole sauce. So roux is really easy. It's just a combination of fat and flour. Very commonly, about 50-50. But if you use a little bit more flour than fat, it turns out a lot better. You're not going to end up with any extra fat floating around. 60-40 is a very good ratio, as taught to me by my school. So let's just start measuring it out. Oh, so really important. We're going to be making 1 quart of veal espagnole. So that means if we're going to make 1 gallon of espagnole sauce, we need a pound of roux. So that means that if we're going to make a quart of espagnole, we need a 1/4 pound of roux. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So a quarter of 16 is 4. So we need 4 ounces of roux total. And if it's a ratio of 60% flour, 40% fat, we need 2.4 ounces of flour and 1.6 ounces of fat. So let's just measure out the flour. Alright, so there we go. Now we have our components for roux. I forgot to mention that this is the clarified butter that we had from earlier. I just melted it down and I'm going to use some of it to make the roux. So yeah, let's just go over to the stove and I'll show you how to make it. So roux is very, very simple to make. Pan just heating up right now. Add your fat. Really get all of it in there. And add the flour. You want it to look like wet sand once it's all combined. Roux may seem kind of difficult, but it's not. Don't even sweat it. I did it, and you can too. So right now, we're at the point of white roux. You would use this to make bechamel or any of its derivatives. It's pretty much just flour and fat combined. And we're going to make dark roux. So we need to let it brown or darken a good amount. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So just pan on high heat and keep stirring it. Alright, this is slightly dry. So I'm going to add a small amount of clarified butter, about that much. I should be using a rubber spat for this. Make sure you scrape down the sides a lot. You really do not want this to burn. You'll be sad. So now we are at the blonde roux stage. You can tell it's at this stage. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to get to. And smell it. Smell your roux. It smells like ridiculously roasty and nutty, and it's so good. It smells insane. But so this would be like what you want if you're going to make velouté or something. So this is not the stage we want it at. We want it at brown, and I'll show you then. Just be sure to mix it very constantly. Don't let it sit for too long. Otherwise it'll burn, and then you'll have burnt espagnole, and no one likes that. So you can see your roux is starting to darken, but you want this darker than this. This is like a nice tan-ish color. We're about 2/3 of the way there. This is looking just about done. You can tell it's done because it's nice and dark. You don't want it too dark. We're not making any Cajun food, but if you were, you would want it much, much darker. And it's starting to smell kind of like popcorn. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Don't want to let this sit too long. And yeah, this is dark roux. We're now going to put it into our espagnole sauce, but that'll be in a different video. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was informative. Be careful, do not touch that. It is very hot. I just burned myself. All right, thank you.